Once again, this is Vivian Omariba from Viv Talks. Today, we were here in Omariba High School and we were here with my friends. We were here to talk about issues that affect youth, and our issues basically today were three. They were mental awareness, career development, and leadership and activism.
Alexina Nyanchama Ayega, the reigning Miss Tourism, Kisii County.
From Berlin, and I'm the founder of YOUTHOPIA, a youth platform for youth activism.
Is JOYCE Kwamboka OSORO. I'm a senior trade officer in Kisii County government.
Omariba! Viv Talks! Viv Talks! Omariba! Omariba! Viv Talks! Viv Talks! Omariba! Omariba! Viv Talks! Awesome. So mimi kwa majina naitwa Vivian Omariba. Kwetu ni hapa Omariba. So kwa hivyo mimi nikisema jina yangu nasema mimi naitwa Vivian Omariba Kurwa Omariba. Sawa? We are here to interact with you. We are here to learn from you and you to learn from us. Sawa? Yes. So, who is Vivian Omariba? Vivian Omariba, first ningependa kusema kwamba I am the founder and CEO for Viv Talks International. Viv Talks International ni platform ambayo inawajumuisha youth ili tuongee maneno ambayo yanatuaffect sisi kama youth. Maneno ambayo yanatuaffect sisi kama youth ni kama nini? Wale majamaa wamekaa huko nyuma. Bad company. Yes, very good. Drug and substance abuse, HIV and AIDS, peer pressure, sex education, sindio? Na sasa leo, we are not here to, we are not going to make you learn from us. This is spaghetti tunaenda kuwapatia information. We are also going to learn from you, sindio? Na mnaona kuna kitu, so yule ambaye anachangamka anapata kata haki, sindio? Haya, sasa zile topics ambazo leo tunaenda kuwa take through ni kama mental wellness. We're going to take you through career development. We're going to take you through leadership, and of course drug and alcohol abuse and HIV. Sawa? Yes. But before then, I want to call upon my friends to introduce themselves.
Habari zenyu nyote. Naitwa JOYCE Kwamboka OSORO. I'm a trade officer Kisii County government, but I'm also involved in women and youth empowerment. Nitakuwa mmoja wenu wa kuongea, nitaongea juu ya mental wellness.
Hello everyone. I can't speak in Swahili, I'm sorry. I'm CELINE from Germany. I'm a friend of Vivian. I met her at a youth conference in Pakistan. And I'm a youth activist in Germany and a journalist. So I'm part of you guys, just from a different country. And I'm here to speak about activism.
Saseni tena. Anaitwa Alexina Nyanchama Ayega, a fourth-year student at Kisii University, nasomea psychology, and the reigning Miss Tourism, Kisii County. I'll be taking you through career development. Feel free.
So the first topic that we're going to handle is mental wellness. That topic is going to be taken through by Madam JOYCE.
Doesn't that feel good? I'm JOYCE OSORO, and I'm going to talk about mental wellness. She asked you what mental wellness is. I know you've been thinking about it, and as you answer my questions, unapata zawadi. But let me bring you closer to the answer. Mental deals with the mind, the psyche. And what does wellness, what do you understand when you hear the word wellness? Huh? Nakupatia or influence in love affairs. Those are things that also affect you. To deal with them intelligently, yeah, and also to be able to be aware of other people's feelings and react accordingly. Such inatusaidia so that we can be, mnaelewa, emotional intelligence. Mmenielewa? And when you're emotionally intelligent, you can know how to, one, walk away from confrontation, deal with confrontation, because I know, like, at times, so many times we are dealt with situations that we're not comfortable with. So we end up arguing, we end up almost fighting, we end up almost hating one another because of little things, maybe little misunderstanding or little miscommunication. And that also causes stress in our internal being. So when you're emotionally intelligent, you can know how to deal with it. That's the emotional intelligence that I'm talking about. Like, you can be able to be empathetic. Tuko pamoja? Okay. Another thing is feeding the mind. Feeding the mind. You have to be aware of the things that you feed your mind. Read books that at least enhance your mental growth. Read things that are productive. As we know, what's my point in all this? Mental wellness is very, very important because you cannot function zenye akili yako haiko hapo. Hata class, hauwezi ukasikiza mwalimu zenye uko na stress. Unaweza kuwa unamwangalia lakini hauko hapo. That's the importance of, you cannot function. Actually, when you're not mentally stable, it deprives you, inakutoa hata nguvu. Unajipata you're thinking, you're overthinking, and then the mind is such a powerful thing that when a problem is small and you're really overthinking, it makes it become such a big giant, hadi saa zingine unashindwa kujitoa kwa hayo mafikira. Unaona? You should take a bit of time to make sure that you're okay, because it's one of the pillars, it's one of the most important pillars of personal well-being. You have to be mentally stable, you have to be emotionally stable, you have to be spiritually stable. Like, yeah? Kuna swali? Tumeelewana? Naona hakuna swali, so nitarudishia our coordinator. I enter the next speaker. Thank you so much.
Now, our next speaker is Alexina Ayera, and she's going to take us through career development.
I want this to be an interactive session when you tumekuwa na hizi zingine. I want to learn more from anasema something that you want to do in future, which is very correct. So you're talking about application. Anyway, you're eyeing a certain career kumaliza shule. So what is the career? That is basically what I'm asking.
Yes?
Adam? Something? It's something that you're aiming at the future. It's more of a reputation, but ni sawa. Nakuletea suti yako. Maybe to save on time, answer zenu zote ziko sawa, si ndio? Yeah, my definition of career is that progress in actions taken by a person throughout a lifetime that are related to a certain occupation. Occupation meaning, so basically an occupation is that career that you're aiming at. Like for me, I'm practicing to be a therapist, a counselor. I'm practicing to be a counselor. Kuna wengine wenu you're practicing to be lawyers. Awia msema journalist, wengine mtakuwa walimu, you'll join your teachers here. We have a stages that one has to go through in your career path. Awamki tu useme sasa okay, mi naenda. It's a process. And we have like 5 5 stages of a career development. We have growth. So growth is simply development of self-concept, attitudes, needs, and general world of work. Bado mko wachanga mna grow up. Now the next stage, like all of you fall under this stage, it's exploration. This is between 15 to 24 years. Si wengi wenu mna fall hapo? Nani ataniambia nini ina happen kwa hiyo stage now that you're here? Okay, at this stage, it's stage of choice and skills development through academic world, hobbies and experiences. So you're here for academic, sindio? In academics, you'll face several challenges when you've been taken through for mental wellness, sindio? Yeah, yo, amesema adolescence, drug abuse, sindio? Yeah, then the next stage is establishment. Here mtafika hapa, sisi ndio tuko hapo. It is 25 to 44 years. Najua mnashangaa mbona na take through these stages. You're headed there, si ndio? You're headed there, lazima mjue. Right. So at this stage, the entry level skill, building and stabilization through work and experience. So when you're done with your high school, you'll go to campus. Ukimaliza campus, hautarudi sasa ulale. Life has to go on. Utatafuta kazi. Maybe utaanza kuhustle. Definitely, you'll not go straight to wake up very early in the morning, you summon, you revise, you consult. You have plans that you're working to when you're aiming at that career. Okay, what are some of the things that unafanya for that plan? Is that you sat down, umekuja na a list of things that you want to do, right? Now you prioritize. Kuna priorities. Unaweza sema sasa hapa ni wakati unajiuliza maswali, I want to do law, but okay, can I really practice it? Or let's say maybe unasema whichever career A you want to venture into career A. Itanilipa aje, azini nalipa aje, kuna hiyo pesa niko nayo itanisaidia to grow more. Now here you prioritize on what you want to. Sasa una weigh options to narrow down to a specific one, right? And now the third step, hata nishasema the third step, comparison, to make comparisons. And the next stage, consider other factors. What if maybe my parents don't have money to take me maybe to law school or what? Wezi kufa sasa, sasa sisi kwetu hatuna school fees. You can venture into another career and unaona maybe unawezewa, or your guardians or parents can raise that amount to take you to school. Sawa, usigwamilie tu moja. Like compose, itafika time you'll be told to select your careers. Yes, kuchagua iko, but after the results are out, kutakuwa na revising your career selection. Maybe grade yenye umepata, let's say ulichagua medicine na umepata a lower grade, it won't take you to med school. So you'll have to think of another career, right? Make a choice. Au sasa compose after results chatoka umepita, maybe ulikuwa umechagua career yenye iko huku chini, sasa unaamua uinue. So make a choice, settle on something that you're going to be very serious with it, right? And then the last step, mtu alisema goals. Wewe? Yeah, now you set goals. Yes, nimesema I want to be a lawyer. What am I going to do about it? Am I just going to sleep, wake up, I pray to God, oh God help me, and I'm doing nothing about it? Utafanya hivyo? Remember, faith without action is... Yes. Yeah, thank you. And then the next is dependent versus independent, whereby, okay, some careers can teach a person the ability to match with collective view of others, while some careers will make a student maintain a personal viewpoint of handling activities. I use example ya career yangu. Like for me, I need those views, my fellow therapists. Like, you have to share. Okay, it cuts across all careers. At some point, you will meet, like teachers, I'm so sure they say the challenges that they are facing, how they can improve on certain things. We have a speculative versus concrete. Career can be focused on how things can be done or how they are meant to happen. Then the last is suspicious versus trusting. Does the career shape the sense of the students to an extent of making them suspicious or trusting? Kuna career zingine tu ukimention hivi, watu wanaanza kuwa na doubts. Hii nayo ni gani? Huyu anakaa. Maybe wanaku associate sasa maybe na hair. Nini? Na kuna zingine tu, like if I was to say I am a priest. Mtu alisema priest. So you all know priest for good things. Like most of you are going to take in most of the things that nitawambia.
So, Alexina has given a very good presentation. I want us to appreciate her with a very special clap. Sawa sawa.
I will not talk for too long. I know you've been listening for a long time, and I'm talking about activism, so it's supposed to be an active talk. So what does activism mean for you guys? Like, if you say you're activists already, what are you passionate about? Like, what are topics that concern you as activists, and what you maybe do about it? Is there anyone who would like to share? Yes? Yes. Maybe raise your hand and we can, yes? And we have to take it into our own hands. Because, you know, the politicians, they're all old, they're like in Germany, they're all old white men. But, you know, we know that, for example, climate change, we all know that is happening, right? Like, who of you guys think that is a huge issue? Everyone, right? Yes. Yes. So, do we need to take action on that? Yes. And do you have ideas how we can take action on pressuring politicians, on saying, hey, we need to do something now. We cannot just keep on living the way we live, because otherwise our kids are not going to have a nice future like ours. So do you have some ideas how activism can work? Or like what activism looks like? We heard leadership. More ideas? Yes? Starting your own business. Oh, principles. Yes, that is awesome, because that is the first step to become an activist. To become an activist, you have to start to be passionate about. You know, climate change, for me, that is a big thing. So I am a climate activist, because I think that issue is like the biggest one right now in the whole entire world. It connects us all. So you need to find a topic that you're passionate about, and that activism basically just means igniting change. So like taking action, active, like you can't just talk about it like the way I'm here, you know. I'm taking action by spreading the word with you guys. So do you think there's anything that you like can do on a little basis, like in little principles? It doesn't have to be big as climate change, but in an everyday life, what can you do? Any answers?
Being motivated.
Oh, motivated, exactly. By being motivated, so we said that. You have your principles, you have your passion. You decided, I'm passionate about climate change, I'm passionate about education. And then you're motivated. And you're motivated about what? That is your close network. So my suggestion is always use the tools that you have right now. Because you have friends, you have family, you have all of the fellow students here. So you start activating them. Because if you can't activate the people around you, you're not gonna like make a huge change. But you don't have to do that in the beginning. You start from the little, and no activism is too little. It's just by actually living it. What else is there? Yes, in the back there.
I think self-confidence.
Self-confidence. Really, like you guys are awesome. You know already like all the bases. Yes, you need to be self-confident. But you know, I wasn't born as being like speaking in front of a whole school. You know, I was kind of like already self-confident, but not really. Like I wouldn't have spoken up like this. But you just have to start at some point. You have to start to speak up in front of your class. Like raise your voice if something is not right. You have to be critical. Don't just take things like they are. If something bothers you, you speak up. but you always have to have good arguments about it. If you're just like, oh, I don't want to learn today because, yeah, I just don't want to, like it bothers me, that's not activism, and we all know it. It's really like, you're like, why am I supposed to do this now? Or like, why are we polluting the environment if we could do it in a different way? So be critical, be motivated, activate others, but always start by yourself. Okay, so now we have the basics of being an activist, like just in your community. But what are the means that you can use to spread the word outside of your family or friends? Like, what tools do we have to do that? Okay, so setting an organization. Not so big, but you need to think big to actually make it happen. So that is awesome, yes. You can set your own organization, but if that's a little too big for you yet, because you don't have the skills yet, you maybe don't have the networks, then you can see what's out there already. For example, like Viv Talks. But then it's so much more interesting when we talk to each other and inspire each other. But because I think every one of you guys has a really great idea for the future, what they want to change. If it's that we want to have peace in the world, that's a big one. Or if you just want men and women to be equal. If you want to have, to really stop climate change. Every one of you has an idea for change. So our mission is really that you think big, but then you don't just talk about it and you act on it. So are there any questions on that? How do you do that? FGM, exactly. I think, see, then you have issues that you already have something where you're like, that is not right, and you have the idea, and now you can think of how you might be able to change that. So that is awesome. Are there any other topics? Yes? Yes. That's also what activism is about. You have to speak up, guys. Like, you can't just be in your corner and be quiet. You have to start being loud. You have to be aware of your own body, of your mind, and of your surroundings. So you have to know the role in, your kind of role in your network, in your society. And then you just have to start speaking in front of people. You have to start getting out of your comfort zone.
What challenge did you face as an activist?
What challenge did I face as an activist? I think as an activist, you face lots of challenges all the time, but it's always worth it because you're fighting for a cause. It's a big challenge to convince lots of people about a certain issue, because there will always be people who think differently. So you have to be confident in the topic that you believe in, and also educate yourself, because if someone argues with you, for example, like Mr. Donald Trump would come to you and tell you climate change is not happening, then you are educated enough to give him statistics and facts to really respond to that. So I think it's be educated about your topic and be passionate and really confident about it. And never show them that you're not confident about it. Because if they see that you're kind of weak, they will get you down. So yes, it's one of those challenges. And then activism can also be protesting, and it can always be a big challenge to even set up a protest depending on where you live. Do you want to change something? Yes! Yes, thank you! What you can do to become an activist. Yes, okay. Like I told you, you first have to find a topic that you have to be passionate about, and then you can always look for platforms like, I bet you all have phones. Who here in the room has a phone? You have that. Our parents did not have that. They had to message them each other through mail and send each other letters. But we have that privilege. We have social media. You can text me within a second and I'll get the message in Germany that you're changing, you're protesting for climate, for example. So that is actually a big thing that you can start using to become an activist. Use the tools that you have, like social media, use the contacts that you have, and ask people, hey, say, like, would you like to join my project, or do you have something that I can help you with in your project, for example, at Viv Talks, or you come to me afterwards and you're like, you know, I would really like to change something in FGM. I would like to change inequalities. Then you can ask for projects that are already there. And that's a big thing. Do you feel like you can start being an activist soon? I know you won't have the tools yet, all of them, but do you feel like you want to change something now? Yes. It's not obligated to say it right now. We're in a free session. All right, that's awesome. So, do you feel empowered that maybe you will start getting active actually in a certain topic or in school and talk to each other about it? Yes. All right, thank you guys so much. Viv Talks! Omariba! Viv Talks! Omariba! Omariba! Viv Talks!
Awesome. So for up to now, I hope that you really enjoyed the session, and we are going to take two questions. Take two questions for mental wellness and career development. Two questions, very quick questions.
To Alexina. Okay, when let's say when you're at home, your background is very low, and let's say you chose a career and it did not happen, but let's say you have a talent, right? Can you continue the talent or you leave it?
Therapists, career counselors. You can make a point of visiting one of, okay, if you have one in this area, they can take you through how you can, it's not a matter of life and death, and that is not the end of life. In short, you can always start from, unaweza kuanzia something, maybe you do a diploma in something, then you will rise. By the time maybe you will start earning pesa kidogo, you can sponsor yourself. Let that not shatter your dream. You can always start from something. Maybe it can be so different from the career that you want to, but it will always connect you to that career that you want to do. Sawa. Usikufe moyo. Get something to start with. Equal stepping stone for your career, right?
Talent, yeah? You know, I know like money is very important. Right now we need money in order to survive. But also you have to realize that you need passion to be able to sustain whatever you're doing. You want 20 years from now, whatever work that you're doing, you're still as excited about it as you started. So sometimes you can still look at your talent and make a business out of it. Because even in entrepreneurship, you guys know about entrepreneurship? It's business. People are leaning more towards social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship is business that are geared towards helping the society more than earning money. There's that aspect of getting profit, faida, but then your business is more towards helping your society, and then the money comes in later. So don't worry about the money, just focus on your passion and then the money will come. And then her question is about how to overcome mental violence. But from my understanding, I think she's asking, how do you overcome emotional trauma? Because there are different types of trauma. You don't necessarily have to be beaten to be assaulted. You can be verbally assaulted. Mtu anaweza akakuwa na kutusi ng'ombe hadi wewe mwenyewe unaanza kujiona ng'ombe. Unaanza kujiona I cannot to heal. You can talk to someone. I'm sure you guys have a guidance and counseling section or club. Yeah. Second of all, you have to look at the situation and know that it's not your fault. Like when
I'm glad that at least we got to learn from each other. Serious. And I'm hoping that we'll come back again and again and again and again. So after that, we brought our girls a small gift. Boy time. Shaona na kusali sawa. So girl child tuliona time kidogo
guys a small gift, and we're going to present it to Madam Nora.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Take action!
Nice. The German kids are gonna love it, so thank you so much.
Vivian is the CEO of Viv Talks, and it's just a channel to air out the issues that we as youths are facing, and more of empowerment to the youths. So those of you who are watching me from wherever places you are, feel free to join her movement and support her.
Because Viv Talks invited me to talk about activism, because I think the youth is the future, so we need a lot of youth activists, and Viv Talks is activating and mobilizing that youth very well, so I support this initiative with all my heart.
The activity that we were doing today at Omariba Secondary School, where we were invited through Vivian to come and talk to the students on different topics that affect the youth. I feel like this project is very much needed in our society, and I feel like it's going so far, and I'm so excited to join the movement as it grows. Thank you so much.
I'm Fidelis Simon, a teacher from Omariba. Today Viv Talks was in our school, and indeed they have interacted with our students, and they have gone through the 3 issues that are affecting our society. Indeed, we encourage them to go across Africa and enlighten our society.
This is Vivian Omariba from Viv Talks. I want to thank you, my fellow youth, for your continued support for this initiative. I hope that we continue working together to make this initiative great, and more so, Africa great. Thank you so much.